and must therefore withdraw the offer of employment. It was the biggest rejection of my life. It was the biggest disappointment. I've just been struggling lately with applying again and getting on with it. There are many videos I have on here that have absolutely flopped. Like maybe 100 people have watched them. Disappointments, setbacks, obstacles don't stop. Like that is life. And these are reminders of why I'm doing this, why I'm continuing. And it just gives me that push. But you are you and you stand out in your own ways. I think the problem with having acne is that people are not always going to understand. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Casey and in today's video I'm going to be baking a cake. I'm going to be real with you guys. Deep discussions are happening about obstacles, setbacks, rejections, dealing with those things, recent things I've been dealing with. Obviously acne inevitably falls into that as well. I'm also going to be celebrating 6,000 subscribers and that's part of where the cake element came in, because I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a cake and celebrate with you guys, and we can connect talking about these difficult things that we go through that is part of life. So let's just address the outfit, because this is the first time I've worn this, but she's a little Zara piece that I really liked. I do think I'll take out the shoulder pads. Yeah, I don't know if it's giving you like Karen's beauty counter look or like an air hostess or maybe even like a news reporter. But we're gonna be cheating because I'm gonna be using, what is this, Betty Crocker's like packet mix thing. My mum always taught me to, if you're gonna make a cake for someone's birthday or something, always buy a packet mix, just in case you drop it, it burns, something bad happens, you can whip one of these up, one of these bad boys in literally like half an hour. So yeah, I'm gonna use this up. I've had this for a while. I bought some extra icing as well to like actually make a full cake. I'm so excited, I'm so excited. Anyone that's new here, thank you for stopping by. My name is Casey. I make lifestyle content. I talk about acne, I talk about skincare and beauty. So all in all, if you enjoy any of the elements of this video, please subscribe down below. Let's go. This is non-alcoholic. This is just kombucha, which is fermented tea, fruity things. And this is ginger and lemon. So cheers to everything you have achieved, because I'm sure you have achieved many things. Yeah, ginger. So I wanted to start talking about one of the most obvious things that I've had to deal with, obstacles in terms of life. It's acne. Acne has been a big struggle of mine throughout my 20s and teens. I have tried many different things, from topicals, and last year I tried antibiotics, which I have videos on, and it's a thing that just lingers and it's a constant battle. I think the problem with having acne is that people are not always going to understand. Some people have never dealt with acne in their life, or they only ever get the occasional spot, and they really can't relate to you having mass amounts of acne on your face and how that might make you feel. Like, a lot of people struggle to have empathy, which is wild. I don't know what happened in their childhoods, but some people just really lack empathy. And I've definitely had times where my acne has not been as bad, like severity wise, but my last massive flare-up that I had, where I actually ended up taking antibiotics, was a tough time. Like, it was genuinely a tough time. I struggled mentally, I struggled to accept that this is something I was going through, and I think part of that struggle is that people don't understand what you're going through. Like, not everybody has the responses that you want. This is something I want to touch on, because not everybody's going to respond to your troubles the way that you might, or you feel they should. I don't hold any judgment on that, because we're all human. I've probably made mistakes where friends have gone through something and I might have said the wrong thing or not reacted the way that they wanted to. And sometimes it's also hard to express emotions. Maybe you're super excited for something, the complete opposite. You're actually very excited and happy for something, and someone doesn't give you the reaction that you want. It's hard. These are hard things, but we are humans. This is total danger. I should definitely be wearing an apron, but you know. When people are going through things, like for example, I went through acne, my latest flare-up, which is like a year ago now, so it doesn't really seem like the latest, but that was the most recent flare-up I had. And with that, I came online, I shared my skin barefaced, I shared images of how my skin was flaring up. I, very vulnerably said how I'm feeling, how it's making me feel, how it's making me feel about myself, like how I'm lacking confidence, how I'm constantly feeling like this is always against me. It takes courage and vulnerability to come online and do things like that. And I think, again, some people just aren't gonna get it, because I still have some comments on some videos of people saying, it's just acne, like, why are you letting it control you or take over your life or things? But if it's constant, if it's a flare-up, if it's affecting you, then it's affecting you. And what can you do? Like, at the end of the day, I was trying to fix it and change it and make my life better, but this is completely my opinion. But I feel like it's a lot easier to share your struggles when you've already overcome them. So I could be like sharing a video in the past of this was my skin then I share the images, and it's less shameful. I don't know what comes with it when you're actually going through it in that moment. It's that extra vulnerability, to say to someone, I'm struggling right now with this, like I am right now feeling sad because of X, Y, Z. I failed at this, and you're in that moment of failing. It's easier when you're successful and everything's good and you say, oh yeah, when I did that, I failed. And when I did that, it sucked. But in the moment, it's always more intense. You see how easy these packet mixes are? Like, this is it. This is the cake. The batter is done. Which is, I know this is gonna be a long video anyway, so I would urge you to like stick around and listen to the stories I have to tell you because it's crazy, but at the same time, I wanted to speed it up with the cake, so this is easy, easy, easy. So I wanted to kind of talk about some recent struggles that I have been going through. It is job rejections. Job rejections. I have had many at this point. Since moving to London, I obviously wanted to get a job here, it makes sense. I've been applying for jobs here in London. Obviously I knew it was going to be competitive, hard work, yada yada yada, but I'm getting rejection after rejection after rejection, and it does get to me, and I'm sure it gets to other job seekers in the sense that you don't feel good enough, and it's like, why are you not hiring me? Because I'm self-aware to the point where it's like, okay, I could probably improve this, I could probably do that, but a lot of the time it's like coming down to experience. Someone is always going to be more experienced than me. I've just been struggling lately with getting up and keeping going and applying again and getting on with it. It's just been tough. It's been really tough. So yeah, the job search continues and it is tough. It is competitive, and it's genuinely that fall down 7 times, pick yourself up 8 times. It's hard. And this week has been one of those weeks where I was just not feeling it. I was just like, when is somebody going to give me an opportunity? Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be someone more experienced, more better, whatever the words are. When is someone going to give me a shot? Because a lot of these recruiters I'm finding are wanting to tick every single box. So while I'm not going to bore you with my job search and my career, I do want to tell you a little story of a time where I got massively rejected. And again, in this instance, I felt like friends didn't understand the gravity of it. I don't think anyone's going to be as gutted as you are when you're going through certain things, because you're the person that experiences, you're the person it affects. So I might as well share with you guys. A couple of years ago, let's get all of this out and get into this story because it's actually insane. I was working in a job that I considered toxic. As in, I didn't enjoy my colleagues' company. I wasn't challenged in the role. I was promised things that just never happened. Did not enjoy it there. It wasn't terrible, but I was underpaid and I wasn't enthusiastic. I learned a few things here and there, but in hindsight, the job was definitely a stepping stone, which obviously I didn't want it to be at the time. I wanted to like grow and develop in my marketing career, but it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And catfish jobs are a thing. You read the description, you meet the hiring managers, you think it's going to be one thing, and it turns out to be something completely different. The cakes are ready. I don't know how long I've got them in for. Anyway, I started looking for other jobs. Again, job search in general are tough. Like, you're up against people that have lots of experience, but you are you and you stand out in your own ways, which is why you will get hired and do, why I've had jobs in the past. I continued to apply, and then a hiring manager reached out to me. I spoke with them on the phone, so that's usually like a pre-screen to just see if you're a good fit for the role, a bit about your experience, all that kind of stuff. Then I went and had an interview. It went well, it's about an hour long. We talked extra after the interview. Then I left and waited. It's a waiting game, isn't it? So then I finally got that email that said a second stage interview. I was like, yes. With that, there was a task. So a lot of them do tasks. This one was like a presentation because this role was in customer insights. So it's going to be very data orientated, analytics, and I was really excited to get stuck into that. I don't know what I can say legally. I genuinely don't have a clue. Like, I'm a small fish in a big sea, but just in case, this was a major airline. We're gonna call them, they're really big in the UK. I don't know where they originate from, but we'll just call them like PUI, like, hello, PUI, because it sounds similar. But I was really excited to work for such a big brand as well. So with that, I went to the second interview. I gave them my presentation, which obviously I spent hours on, creating, making it nice, putting the insight into it. It was data orientated, the presentation. So a happy ending. I got a job offer and I was so excited. I was like, yes. I handed in my notice. I let them know that I was leaving. They asked questions where I'm going, all that kind of stuff. I work my 4 weeks notice. 4 weeks notice is very common here in the UK. So a whole month I am working, waiting to move on to my next job. So then I'm really excited because it's my last day at work. If you're familiar with leaving jobs, there's usually nothing for you to do. It's like waiting around, you cleared your laptop, you're ready to give it back. So my manager, now my ex-manager, let me go early, said, goodbye and everything. And about 5 p.m, the time I usually would have stopped working, but I'd gone early. I get a call from QE's marketing, like head of marketing. And I hadn't really liaised with this person, so I was like, oh my gosh, this is big, maybe they're just trying to welcome me and everything. So by this point, I have given in my notice, done my 4 weeks, it's Friday, and I start on Monday. So I have the weekend to relax, and then I'm ready to start on Monday because we're getting that money and we're getting on with it. Like, I didn't have this whole 2 weeks to like get used to it or anything. She says to me, I'm really sorry, but we can no longer offer you this position. I remember her explicitly saying that you must really want to throw darts at the QE logo right now. And I was thinking like, yeah. She said, I understand that, and maybe we could get you in a vacancy for another position, but you still have to interview. I worked my notice, handed in my notice, left my job. I'm currently now unemployed because you're telling me I don't have this job. So I was gutted. And their reasoning was like marketing restructuring. At the time I was like, oh, this is definitely something to do with Brexit. And in that moment, it was the biggest rejection of my life. It was the biggest disappointment. I just didn't know what to do because I didn't really want to go back to my previous job because I closed that chapter. Because I had signed my contract, they did provide me my month's salary for my month's pay. I was gutted. People didn't react how I want to react. Some people were asking, did you sign a contract then? Like, how can that happen? Do you know what I mean? It's just like, really annoying. Or some people just kind of like, oh,
you know, that sucks, but then something else will come along.
it's just not what you want to hear in that moment. But nobody is going to hurt how you hurt. Like, nobody is going to. And here's the thing, I want to show you the silver lining that I would not have seen at all because it's all about what happens after your rejection. In that time when I was unemployed, I started my YouTube channel. So I would not be here doing this with 6,000 subscribers, talking to you, baking this cake, if I hadn't lost that job. I then managed to find my job that I have right now, months after, because that job didn't happen. And in this job, I have made amazing friends. That wouldn't have happened if I hadn't lost that job. On top of that, right around the corner was COVID. What businesses took the biggest hits? Airlines, travel. I would have been made redundant in that moment, no doubt. If they let me go then, in 2019, no doubt they would have let me go in 2020 when things were really tough. So that shows the silver lining that everything was how it was meant to be. And I'm so thankful for that rejection, and I'm so thankful for that company. I regret to inform you that due to a review of marketing team roles and responsibilities within in-flight services, the current position applied for is no longer available. As a result, I am no longer in a position to proceed with the appointment and must therefore withdraw the offer of employment. I wish you well with your future endeavours. So we shall talk more once the cake is baked, so let's have a little break. We have successfully baked the 2 cakes. Woo! So I also picked up some letters and numbers so we can write an inspirational quote on our cake, and then the number 6 because we have reached 6,000 subscribers and I'm celebrating every small win this year. I don't even care. Wow, these are literally piping hot. So I realised this outfit was actually kind of fitting because talking about getting rejected from a massive airline, this makes sense. This is the Indulgent Chocolate Fudge Icing. In this video, I've spoken about the rejections in jobs and my one experience that changed the game and how I now approach things differently. But that's not to say that when I have, in this moment, been applying for jobs and getting rejected, I still don't feel rubbish and I still question myself, my abilities, am I good enough, all that kind of stuff. But I know in the grand scheme of things, everything will work out. I will get the job that's meant for me. I will be on an amazing team. I'll meet more amazing people. I just have to keep up with that faith. But that doesn't mean that I can't get upset if something doesn't go my way in terms of interviewing or a job I really wanted, I got attached to, and then, you know, I didn't receive it. You're allowed to feel those feelings, they are valid. And the two are very similar. The two examples I've given in terms of jobs and career and acne. Acne, I've said in many of my videos, just because you have acne doesn't mean that your life doesn't stop. Like, you still have to carry on, get up, do the things you love, do the things that just make you you. And despite having acne, you can't let it take over your life. But I do understand that it's an absolute struggle. I guess the point I really wanted to get across in this video is that I have had my setbacks, my rejections, but that does not stop me from celebrating whatever wins I get. And that is why we are making this cake. I have hit 6,000 subscribers, and trust me, there are many videos I have on here that have absolutely flopped. Like, maybe 100 people have watched them. There are videos that in my head I thought, oh, maybe this will really blow up and I will gain loads of subscribers and people will see me and appreciate it, and they really haven't, because if anything, that's part of the journey. Part of the journey is failure, and I don't want to be hard on myself and be like, you failed. What I've recently been doing in terms of trying to get my channel to reach more people and gain a bigger community, sometimes I do feel like, oh, why am I doing this? I'm only gaining X amount of subscribers a day, or I put so much effort into that video and nobody cares. I've really removed myself from that mindset because it doesn't serve me. So whilst I'm allowed to sometimes just be like, oh, I wish that video got more views, I really put effort into that and really wanted to reach more people with that specific message. At the same time, I have on my Notion, I have all the reasons why I'm carrying on with this. I don't know what they are. Let me see if I can get them out. I wrote here some of the things that I've written down to remind myself why carry on, or when I'm feeling in a rut. This is relating to my YouTube channel, but you can definitely implement this in whatever it is you're doing, whether it's a goal or just something you're trying to achieve. I made it this far from zero subscribers to now 6,000. I have many comments that come in daily. It's true, people still comment on my video and they're engaging. People find my videos useful. I hear that in the comments that people found it useful, they learned something. I've planned, set up, filmed, edited and uploaded over 100 videos. And these are reminders of why I'm doing this, why I'm continuing, and it just gives me that push. Things that I've already done that have got me this far and I should be proud of. But in the moment when you're feeling like things aren't going your way, you forget these things. So this is just always here to reminder. And these things are just what literally keeps me going. If you've been struggling with something lately and you're comfortable sharing, then please leave a comment down below, because I aim to reply to all of my comments. Sometimes it's not possible in every single video. I'll probably be able to reply to you on this video, so if you are commenting, thank you. It helps with engagement and it also helps to share experiences with other people. And if anything, the older you get, it's like you seem to have more struggles. But having said that, I know I'm still young, but having said that, I feel like the older you get, the more experiences you have to then deal with those struggles. Because if I was 17 and dealing with some of the stuff that I've had to deal with recently, I don't know where my headspace would be, and I wouldn't have the coping mechanisms that I have now. I think that's why also in relation to acne, I have videos out there on like what to do if you're purging. So purging is just basically when you get loads of acne at once, more than you have before starting a specific topical or medication, because it's essentially pulling up more spots from the deep surface of the skin. And with that, it sucks because you're trying to use something that's supposed to help you, but actually all it's doing is in that moment making your skin worse. And I made videos of what to do, and it wasn't like specific scientific things to do, it was just generally like what to do to take your mind off it, what to do to help you cope mentally with the fact that this happens. And nobody was really talking about that, and that's definitely what I wanted to encourage, is not everything is about how to fix something. I get that YouTube is a search engine, so if you're looking for something, you can definitely find a solution on YouTube. But I wanted to provide a different solution and talk about the mental struggles. And same with this video, it's not like how to fix your rejections and problems and how to deal with them. Obviously there are elements in there that I'm sharing about writing things down or dealing with stuff, but I want to share my experiences, and I want to open up a platform for you to share about your experiences and also celebrate. We're celebrating today. I'm pretty sure the cake is lopsided, but I don't know, it adds character. So I've got these like icing sugared letters. And a little kiss. It smells amazing. You got this, you've got this. It's like this. Woo. Here's the cake. There's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you if you have subscribed. Thank you if you are one of my subscribers. See you in my next one. This is the secret. This with warm fudge chocolate cake. Ooh.